Pro-Vice-Chancellor, graduands, guests, I'm delighted to introduce our honorary graduate today, Hilary Garratt CBE, Deputy Chief Nurse of England. I'm very proud to present Hilary to you on behalf of my colleagues in the School of Health and Society. Hilary is no stranger to the school and has become closely linked to our development, growth and mission to improve care and impact on the population of Salford and beyond. Hilary proudly tells all she meets she's a Salford lass, and whilst born in Oldham, her nursing took place in the local area. Indeed, she was a health visitor in this very location and has shared with us, all the students, colourful stories of the life at Salford at her time. Hilary is proud of her northern working class roots. She was fortunate to undertake A-levels, but like many of the best of us, maybe didn't get the results she'd expected at the time. When she got her results, her dad said, "Well, you either become a nurse or a nun. Your choice." Now, those of us who know Hilary know that quiet contemplation wasn't going to fit in, although we are told that many government ministers and chief executives had wished for a vow of silence. But she admits at times that she had no real concept of what nursing was at that time. Her sister, already a nun, worked in a hospice and managed to get Hilary a cleaner's role that began her love of care and desire to become a nurse grew stronger and stronger as she watched and witnessed the work that the nurses did in caring for those at the end of their lives. She took the plunge and applied to do her nurse training in Manchester and qualified with great pride in 1986. She worked as a nurse but quickly found her passion as a health visitor, undertaking further studies and qualifying in 1989 on the specialist register. This role allowed Hilary to support some of the poorest families in Salford, ensuring that they got a good, strong start in life. Hilary's passion to make a difference was spotted early on, and she moved into many senior roles in the community and commissioning as chief nurse, chief executive, and then in 2011 appointed Director of Nursing and Director of Performance for the NHS Manchester. In a very short time, Hilary raised the profile of the most vulnerable in our region and lobbied for change for the health and social care system to support people with disabilities, those living with dementia and those with health that was impacted by poverty. Sadly, she wasn't to hold that post long, and the loss to our region was the nation's gain. She was appointed in 2012 Deputy Chief Nurse for England, as a role she shaped for the good of nursing care, the improvement of nursing profession and raising the profile of nursing practice. Leading on safeguarding, her passion for creating a safe space for the most vulnerable in society to thrive has changed nursing for the better. As I have said, she is a passionate advocate for all in society, from advocating for those in refugee camps to sitting on the board of children in need, giving grants to local groups, making a difference. She is a tireless campaigner for the underdog, and it was her contribution to nursing and charity that was awarded a CBE in the Queen's Honours List in 2017, and listed as one of the most influential women in the UK, Women of Achievement and Inspiration Awards given by the Council of Women in 2018. She is utterly determined, gracious in nature, and a true advocate for the university, school and the profession. She has helped us in shape the new Future Nurse curriculum and is a role model to all of our students, our staff and the community. I think you will agree that whilst you would have made a great nun, you've made an inspirational nurse leader. I'm delighted, therefore, to present for the degree of Doctorate of Science Hilary Garratt CBE in recognition of her work in nursing profession, her support to the University and the School of Health and Society and the people of Salford. Pro-Chancellor, I present for the degree of Doctorate of Science honoris causa Hilary Garratt CBE.
So, Hilary, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the University of Salford, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Wow, so many people here. And an honorary doctorate, wow. This means a great deal to me, and as Margaret said, I grew up not far from here in a mixed-race, working-class family. And so to receive something that recognises how far I've come, perhaps not geographically today, I grant you, but something that says I've contributed in my life, feels like an opportunity to honour the many, many people who've supported, taught and inspired me for nearly over half a century. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you. I just want to share one lesson I've probably learnt from my fellow one lesson that I've learnt over the years with my slightly younger graduates. So as a teenager, as I've heard, I had the career option of nurse or nun. You've heard that. But actually, Margaret, being a nun would have been a car crash for me. But I did manage to find the third way, and as you've heard, I got the job in the care home that was run by nuns. And significantly, while I was there, one of the priests passed away, and I helped to look after him in his final days. And at one point he said to me, "You make a good nurse." And of course you could really see, it could have been God sending a very strong message. They didn't want me to be a nun, but for me, I took it to say that I could actually work with people and provide meaningful comfort. And as I was discovering a growing passion for supporting people at their profound moments, I didn't quite understand the academic rigour of nursing. But your degrees and your incredible skills attest to this. This is an expert, technically demanding job. However, we know while technical skills and knowledge are essential, we know that they're not enough. They have to be matched by our emotional intelligence, which is our essential humanity. I just want to talk about this a little bit. Now, this might be less tangible, but it's your essential humanity that adds the value, power, impact, and effectiveness to your skill. The skilled application of humanity for me is where you find the magic of nursing. Now, not long ago, I was a patient, and I'd never felt so vulnerable. With the acute phase of my treatment lasting a year, the surgeons and oncologists provided 20% of my treatment, but it was the nurses who provided the 80%. The nurses who guided me and my family through every step of the process, through options for surgery, chemotherapy, and most importantly, through the anguish that comes with uncertainty. Now, that experience made me understand the duality of what it actually means to be a nurse, to match your humanity to your experience. I wouldn't have felt safe if their compassion wasn't matched by clear competence, but similarly, I wouldn't have felt reassured if their competence wasn't matched by their compassion. So your skills tell you what to do, but your humanity can help you understand how best to do it, and those things have to be inseparable. And it's the case with every situation and setting. So even now, as Deputy Chief Nurse for England, I can't speak truth to power, or try and speak truth to power, change policy, or transform systems without deeply understanding their impact on people. So whatever you do, it must be always driven by the human outcome and experience. And your essential humanity, my essential humanity, is not something we should take for granted. It's something we should always actively nurture. See it as a skill to be developed, or a muscle even to be strengthened. And for me, through the magic of nursing, I realise that every human interaction can enrich your life if you use it constructively to engage with your humanity. So, for example, reflect on how you would respond if you were in another situation. Map out the impact of your decisions, the decisions you could have on people, and be curious about different perspectives people bring to the key moments in their lives.
Understanding the complexity of working in a team under pressure, and yes, think about how breast brings somebody through an incredibly difficult situation, be it a patient facing cancer or a colleague who has made a devastating mistakes. So becoming conscious of, valuing and nurturing your own essential humanity gives you the wisdom and understanding to know how best to use your skills in the many different situations you will face. Some will be difficult, of course, where you provide comfort in times of sadness, but some will be filled with joy where you help new parents meet their child for the first time. But even when it's tough, it's a privilege to support people in those moments. So my message is, when you match your skills and expertise with your humanity, you will make an incredible difference to people's lives. So thank you so much for this honorary doctorate, and thank you for choosing nursing, midwifery, occupational therapy as a career. Each one of you has an incredible degree from an amazing university, and you can and you will go on to make a real difference. This is your day, and I feel so privileged to be part of it. Congratulations to you all, and enjoy. Thank you.